Alright, dude. Stepping stone cover tutorial. The only thing challenging about this to me is a little gallop in there. I'm just remembering to do it all the time and doing it all the time, just testing my endurance. I'm sure if I played it for a day or two I'd have it down, no problem. Anyway, if you don't see me doing the gallop the whole video, it's because I'm forgetting to do it. It's there all the time except one tiny spot. So that's just a note as you watch me play. If I'm skipping the gallop, it's by accident, unless where I note. And the only other tricky thing about the song is they play the chorus in two spots. They play it before the verse and they play it after the verse. So the verses are enclosed in choruses and they're barely different. So just something to note. It's like how I come in and come out of a chorus is going to be different depending on whether the chorus is before the verse or after the verse. Also, I'm calling the first chorus, which is right when the vocals come in, I'm calling that the pre-verse simply because it's before the verse. So make sense of that if you want. Either way, you can just listen to the song and through repetition you'll know it. So let's dive in. The song starts off with the bass, and then the guitars just back up the bass with the chords. Open 3, 5, and then 3 on the second string. Slides in. And now we're going to just play those chords with the open B and the gallop. And that's it. We've just played the intro of the song and the pre-verse of the song. And now we're going to get into verse 1. And it goes like this. I'll transcribe it after I play it and get it on my fingers. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we're using the same notes as in the previous riff. 3, 5, and then 3 on the second string. And then I do like a little bend with this 3 right here. This is a G. Just take note, when I bend this, I'm not bending it so much that I'm changing the note to the next note. You know, I'm not bending it up that high. It's a slight bend, and on top of that, it's like a delayed bend. You want to hit the note, wait, and then bend it a little bit before you start playing again. I think it's a cool little trick, so anyway, that's what's going on. 2, 3, 4. That's it right there. I forgot the 16th note licks. Here you go. Same thing again. 2, 3, 4. And that's it. That's the whole lick. Just keep note when you listen to the track, and what you might have heard different in that previous one is I just had a little 16 note roll in there. So there you go. That's the verse. Now we're going to get into the actual chorus. Again, which is the same as the pre-verse, just so minutely different. And here's why it's different. Coming into the actual chorus of the song, you're going to be leaving the verse on that bend I was telling you about. Right? Now when you go into the chorus riff, right when you touch down on 3, we're going to skip that very one gallop. Okay? And that's the only time we skip a gallop in the entire song. There's gallops everywhere else. The chorus lick is like this. Gallop, gallop, gallop. But coming from the verse on that bend, we're not going to gallop the very first time. 3, 4. Wait. Let me do that again. 3. gallop from open to 3. We skip that one gallop. That's it. So I'm going to play from the verse into the chorus to give you an example of what I just explained. 2, 3, 4. And that chorus lick is the same as the pre-chorus that we already covered at the beginning of this video. Now we're going to go into what I'm calling the bridge. This is fucking punk song structure, so what I'm labeling the verse, bridge, pre-verse, I mean, those are just my labels. This is not pop rock song structure, so it's just what I'm calling it. Anyway, we're into what I think the bridge is. 3, 5, 3, all in the same string. And we're going to do, really push your palm back on this palm mute to try and get as much bass out of it as you can. So that's the lick, and then there's some chords right after it. The chords are on the second string, 7, 5, 2, and then 7, 5, 8. Goes like this. Okay, that's the bridge. I do a little bit. You try and incorporate this. This will feel good if you remember to play it. Put a little vibrato on this fifth chord, like that, like this. 3, 4. Both times you hit that 5, give it a little vibrato. I asked Mike to do the same thing on the bass. And I didn't explain it, but I know it's obvious. There's a little turnaround. 3, 2, 1. So here's the bridge. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And then that's the entire song. Now we go right back into song structure, then you go into the pre-verse, you go into the verse 2, then you go into the second chorus, then you go into the second bridge. All stuff already explained. There's only one minute note, which will be obvious at the end of the song, is we're just going to play the chorus at the end of the song. Whenever you hear a chorus at the end of a song, it's called a chorus out, as in it's the outro, chorus out. So when we're playing the chorus outro, you're going to hear it, it's going to be real obvious. We're just going to hit chords with the band just like we did in the intro. And one note, just so it sounds, this will be the only hair of punk maybe we add to this. So we're going to make it a hair messy. Just on that last note, the open B chord is the last chord. On one of the 2 guitars that you record, because we're going to record 2 identical guitar takes to thicken it up, maybe after you hit that open B, maybe rest your middle finger, don't totally mute the strings, maybe rest your middle finger down on the low B string somewhere, so we kind of get a harmonic kind of dying out. See what I'm saying? Whatever you like, I don't know, do something noisy there, not too obvious, but just, let's not make it such a pristine performance, and add a little something like that at the end. Just to recap, you got to be able to play this 2 guitar takes, both guitar takes having an identical performance as tight as possible. That's the idea. When we pan one on the left side and pan one on the right side. I'm going to jam the song real quick. And that's a scoop. Thanks for your attention. I'm a stepping stone. Thanks, dude.